We got another question that we got quite a bit of submissions on was on no-fault auto insurance. People like Maureen Howell, whose son was involved in a catastrophic crash, wanted to know what exactly would be done to help these 18,000 survivors, Governor. Of course, those benefits were taken away during your administration. So how do we provide access to care for these folks?
So let me start with this. Michigan has had historically the highest insurance rates in the country. I worked with the Republicans in the legislature to give Michigan residents some choices, give consumers the ability to pick what level of insurance they want, like happens in other states. Now, people can make that choice, and we've seen rates come down, and we also know that this has helped drivers drive insured, where people weren't buying the insurance previously. There also is a group of people who have been injured, especially those pre this law, who we need to ensure get the care they contracted for at the rate so that they can actually get those services. There's been a lawsuit. We know that this case is still in front of the court, but I've been trying to reach out to the legislature to help make sure that we address those rates and ensure that rates are being paid on time.
And Mrs. Dixon, if you are elected, these folks would be looking to you for this help. What would you do?
I agree that we had insurance rates that were way too high, and that we had people in Detroit that couldn't even get insurance for their car, and they were paying thousands of dollars just to drive every month. That was devastating. Sometimes legislation has unintended consequences. We've seen that with this legislation. In fact, the governor knew that there was going to be a lawsuit when she decided to give away the catastrophic injury fund and give $400 checks back to everybody in Michigan, even though these people were desperate to find out how they would continue to get care. Now that the lawsuit has gone through, you're going to get a bill for $48 because she gave you those checks just a little too soon. And we have to make sure we take care of those people who had that contract to make sure their lives are the same quality as they were before.
Governor?
Mrs. Dixon is showing you how ill-prepared she is for this job. The governor doesn't decide for the Michigan Catastrophic Claims Association what the checks are going to be.
Mrs. Dixon?
I'm glad she admitted that, because her commercials are constantly saying that she gave $400 checks back to everyone. So I'm glad she's admitting that those checks didn't come from her, and she actually isn't putting money back into the pockets of the Michigan people.